Hysterical lefties are having a meltdown, claiming a dramatic rise in Islamophobia after Zohran Mamdani's victory over Andrew Cuomo to become the Democratic candidate for mayor of New York City. Mamdani is a 33-year-old Southeast Asian politician who identifies as Muslim, as well as a self-proclaimed socialist. His campaign attracted him a lot of attention because of its distinct creative and cultural flair.
बात ये नहीं है कि मैं क्या बनूंगा, बात ये है कि मैं क्या करूंगा हमारे कम्युनिटीज के लिए और हर एक न्यूयॉर्कर के लिए। मैं हमारे शहर को अफोर्डेबल बनाऊंगा। न्यूयॉर्कर्स मुश्किल से अफोर्ड कर रहे हैं रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान। मैं ये सब बदलने के लिए लड़ रहा हूं।
But since Mamdani's win, New Yorkers have expressed fear as multiculturalism turns to fundamentalism. A group of Muslim men gathered in Times Square for prayer, which was confronting for many residents.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن.
This commentator responded to the footage, saying New York is in serious trouble. And this commentator agreed, saying, Pam Bondi, is it legal to have our US streets overtaken like this? Do we not have rights in our country? Leftists are using the legitimate fear as an excuse to once again call their fellow Americans Islamophobic. This leftist commentator said, the reaction to Mamdani's win last night shows how widespread Islamophobia is, how ingrained it is. It's part of our culture, it's normalized in the national conversation. Unlike anti-Semitism in the press, it's not looked at as negative. It's seen as legitimate political position. And this commentator agreed, saying, man, the rank Islamophobia and xenophobia around Mamdani has been apoplectic. So much fear-mongering and dog whistles to distort public discourse. People desperately need media literacy. Yuck. But conservative commentator Melanie Phillips hit back, saying the term Islamophobia is an excuse to silence any opposition.
Is it Islamophobic to actually point out the warnings that there is a difference between Islam and Islamist, or Muslims and Islamists? And Islamists are extraordinarily dangerous and are working to subvert and overtake us. Is that wrong?
Not only is there nothing wrong in that, it is absolutely essential that we speak out and understand this process. Islamophobia is a pernicious doctrine. We should all be against prejudice and bigotry against Muslims and against anyone else. But Islamophobia is a catch-all phrase which has been devised by Islamists who are intent on Islamizing the West as a catch-all phrase in order to make any criticism of the Islamic world at all a kind of, not just a kind of prejudice, but to treat it as a kind of mental illness and to stigmatize it in that way. And consequently, it's used as a weapon to help Islamize the West.
And eagle-eyed commentators have dug up Mamdani's true beliefs on race, with his election material claiming he wants to tax whiter suburbs more than outer multicultural boroughs. He has also pledged to keep illegal immigrants in New York City by banning ICE agents from the city.
We have won because New Yorkers have stood up for a city they can afford. A city where they can do more than just struggle. And it's where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism, to stop mass ICE agents from deporting our neighbors, and to govern our city as a model for the Democratic Party.
Director of ICE Tom Homan mocked the lunacy of Mamdani's delusion.
Mayor candidate, he hasn't won yet, but he won the Democratic primary, Zohran Mamdani. So he's saying, I mean, this is incredible. He's vowed to kick the, quote, fascist ICE out of New York City, okay? So How do you intend to deal with that? Because I would guess there are going to be a lot of criminals and Iranian cells and whatnot in New York City. The job's not done there. What do you say to this guy?
Good luck with that. Federal law trumps him every day, every hour, every minute. We're going to be in New York City. Matter of fact, because it's a sanctuary city, President Trump made it clear a week and a half ago. We're going to double down and triple down on sanctuary cities. If we can't arrest a bad guy in the county jail, one agent arresting one bad guy, they release him in the streets like New York does every day. We got to send a whole team to look for this guy. And not only that, we're going to send additional teams to look for all the people they arrest. We're going to concentrate in sanctuary cities because we know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats back to the street. So we know we got a problem there. So we don't have that problem in Florida where most sheriffs work for us. So we're going to double up and triple up on New York. And not only are we going to send more agents to the neighborhood, we're going to increase worksite enforcement tenfold. If we can't arrest them in the jail, you're going to force them in the neighborhood, then we'll find them in the neighborhood. If we can't find them in the neighborhood, we'll find them at the worksite. So game on, we're coming.
And whilst Muslims praying and religious inclusion are celebrated in New York City by progressives at the moment, many have warned the city will quickly devolve into chaos, much like cities in the UK have after years of having a Muslim mayor. This commentator said, if it happened to London, it can happen to NYC. After years with a Muslim mayor, this is the new London and New York City is next. Start expecting 5 a.m. prayers, Quran stands, and women harassment. We are at the beginning phase.